Srimad Bhagavad Gita has the answer to every question of yours. Whatever your problem, whatever your desire, Srimad Bhagavad Gita answers your every question, tells you the solution to every problem of yours. Whether it is a problem of your mind, money, your body, or your relationships, you will definitely find the answer to every problem of yours in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Today, we will tell you 11 such priceless teachings of the same Srimad Bhagavad Gita, which can change your entire life. Just listen to these things carefully till the end of this video. Whoever listens to this video carefully till the end will definitely find the solution to every problem of his life. Whatever he wants in his life, he will definitely get it. The first and most important teaching of Srimad Bhagavad Gita is that if a person, whether he is your own or elder, misbehaves with you, then tolerating that misbehavior is not dharma, but adharma. This teaching is deeply connected to our real life. We tolerate most of the troubles of our mind just because he is my own. He is elder to me. How can we say anything to him? If we say anything, our relationship will break. But the thing to think about is the person who is the cause of your troubles really your own? Your own is the one who understands your troubles, tries to remove them, not increase them. This teaching of Srimad Bhagavad Gita is clear. Don't let anyone take unfair advantage of you. Don't let anyone torture you, because the more you tolerate, the more people will force you to tolerate. In the first chapter of Gita Arjuna Vishad Yoga and the second chapter Sankhya Yoga, Arjuna expresses his sorrow to Lord Krishna. O Keshav, how can I fight these Kauravas? All of them are my own. Bhishma Pitama, Dronakarya. These are my respected teachers. How can I raise my weapon against them? It would be better to become a sannyasi, a saint, than to kill them, or spend my life begging for alms. Then Lord Krishna says, O Arjuna, here it is not a matter of mine and others. Here it is a matter of dharma and adharma. It is a matter of right and wrong. Retaliation against the one who does adharma is dharma. To stop what is wrong is the duty. If you remain silent due to attachment, then society will call you a coward. People will condemn you. Therefore, abandon attachment and fight for dharma. There is another mysterious story of Mahabharata. When Arjuna's son Abhimanyu dies in the war, then Arjuna becomes very sad and starts crying. He says to Sri Krishna, My son Abhimanyu has been killed. I cannot bear this sorrow. Now I will kill myself too. Then Lord Krishna takes him to the world of souls, where Arjuna sees that Abhimanyu is sitting in a state of extreme bliss. Because Abhimanyu had attained martyrdom according to the Kshatriya Dharma, he attained the best world. When Arjuna reached Abhimanyu in the soul world crying and was overwhelmed on seeing his son, he hugged Abhimanyu and said, O son, I cannot live without you. Without you, I have given up all hope of life. At this, Abhimanyu smiled and said, Who are you? Arjuna replied, I am your father. You are my son, Abhimanyu. Then Abhimanyu calmly said, Who is the father? Who is the son? I have had thousands of births. Sometimes you become my father, and sometimes I become yours. The soul has neither birth nor death, and neither does it have any parents. The soul is unborn, indestructible, and eternal. Arjuna was shocked to hear this. When he saw that his son did not even recognize him, all his attachment ended. This is the deep teaching of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Here no one is your own or stranger. The person who supports you in difficult times, in the hour of sorrow, only he is your own. All others are strangers. The second teaching of Gita is, do not mourn for the one who is gone, and do not worry about the one who is coming. When the war of Mahabharata was going on, then Arjuna said to Sri Krishna, If this war happens, crores of people will die. What will happen to the wives of these soldiers? How will the society run? Why will so many innocent people die? On this, Lord Krishna said, Ashochanam vashochastvam pragyavadamscha bhashase gatasunagata sunscha nanushochanti pandita. O Arjuna, you are mourning over those things on which the wise never mourn. You are showing off your knowledge like big things, but the one who is really wise, he neither mourns for the dead, nor worries about the future. Death and birth are the order of nature. It is not in anyone's hand. Whatever has happened was destiny. And what will happen is also the law of law. That is why a wise person neither mourns for the past nor worries about the future. He lives only in the present. This is the root cause of our suffering. Either we keep regretting the past, or else we ruin our present by worrying about the future. But the Gita teaches us, neither can we change the past, nor do we have control over tomorrow. All we have is the present, only this moment. 98% of our stress and worries are due to the fact that we either live in the past or live in the fear of the future. But we never live in the present. We don't feel this moment. When you learn to enjoy the present, then worry disappears automatically. Stress goes away. Living in the present, that is the greatest achievement. We also have only today's moment in our hands. Whatever we have to do it right now, this very moment. We should never waste time thinking that I still have a lot of time. Once a guru gave a parsh stone to one of his disciples. That disciple was very lazy. He used to postpone every work till tomorrow. The guru said, I am giving you this parsh stone. When this stone touches any iron, that iron will turn into gold. But keep in mind, this stone will remain with you only for 1 month. After 1 month, I will take it back. Till then you can use it. The disciple became happy. He went to the market to buy iron. But when he reached there, he found the price of iron to be too high. He thought, not now, I will wait for a few days and then buy it. When the rate comes down, I will buy it. But he did not realize that the iron he touched will turn into gold. However expensive iron he bought, it would become many times its value. But his laziness, his habit of procrastination, overpowered him. Every day he kept thinking, I will start from tomorrow. I will start from tomorrow. And in this way, the whole month passed. As soon as 1 month ended, Guruji came to him and said, Tell me, how much gold have you made? The disciple bowed his head and said, Gurudev, I have not even started making gold yet. Guruji said, Then give me my Paras Pathar back now. The disciple started pleading, Gurudev, please give me some more time, I want to start now. The Guru said in a serious tone, You got 1 month. You had time, but you wasted it. Now the time is over. This is how life is. This is how our life is. This time is really the philosopher's stone. If we use every moment of it correctly, then we can make our life like gold. But we have the illusion that there is still a lot of time. Someday we will be happy. Someday we will live. But that sometime never comes. We keep running, worrying, being sad all our life. But we forget to live and be happy. This is the third teaching of the Bhagavad Gita. It is useless to fear death. Sri Krishna has said in the Gita, This world is a mortal world. Whoever is born will definitely die one day. Whatever has a beginning, its end is also certain. We cannot stop it, even if we want to. Just like we change old clothes every day, the soul also leaves one body and takes a new body. Death is not the end of this life, but it is the door to a new beginning. The soul never dies, nor can anyone kill it. But still, the fear of death is the greatest fear of man. The sorrow of death gives man the most pain. A pair of birds lived on a tree. Both loved each other immensely. They had vowed to stay together for 7 lives. One day, a hunter came to that tree. He shot an arrow and killed the female bird sitting there. Now the male bird started crying bitterly. How will I live without you? I wish death had come to me instead of you. He kept wailing, but after a while, the same hunter shot another arrow and killed him too. This story is actually ours. We also cry on the death of others throughout our lives, but we forget that we are also sitting on the same tree of death. It's just that our turn will come a little late. but the soul is immortal. The death of the body is not the end. Sri Krishna said to Arjuna, "O Arjuna, you and I have had countless births. You don't remember anything, but I remember everything. The person who realizes this truth that I have come to this world for a short time only. All the fights, all attachments, all worries of his life end automatically. When one has to go anyway, then why cry?" In earlier times, sages and saints used to travel on foot. During one such journey, a tired Mahatma reached a city. There he saw a grand palace. Being tired, he went to that palace and slept. After a while, the king of that palace reached there. He was shocked to see a stranger sleeping on his bed. The king asked, "How did you enter my palace? And why are you sleeping on my bed?" The Mahatma said, "I thought this is a dharamshala." The king said in surprise, "How did you find my palace a dharamshala?" The Mahatma smiled and said, "Tell me, who lived in this palace before you?" The king said, "My father. And before him, my grandfather. And after you, my son." The Mahatma said seriously, "The place whose residents change frequently is not called a home. It is a dharamshala. That is why I thought of spending the night here, considering it a dharamshala." The world is considered a dharamshala. All living beings are guests. Do not get attached to anyone. All are like dreams. If we understand that we have come to this life for some time, to enjoy, to be happy, then all the sorrows disappear from life automatically. But when we bind any object, person, or relation by calling it mine, then that attachment binds us in the bondage of sorrow. Therefore, leaving the fear of death, learn to live every moment happily. The fourth teaching of Bhagavad Gita is this: without controlling the mind and thoughts, true happiness or peace can never be found in life. Arjuna said to Sri Krishna, "My mind knows everything, right and wrong. Still, I cannot control my thoughts and my mind. I am not able to do what I want to do, and my mind forces me to do what I don't want to do. That is why I have become restless. I am not getting peace." Then Sri Krishna said to Arjuna, "For that, you will have to detach yourself from your mind and thoughts, and practice taking them in the right direction. You will have to practice. And this is not a one-day job. Until you give up the slavery of your mind and thoughts, you will never get peace in life." There was a king who was very restless and troubled. One day he went to his Guruji and said to him, "My mind is very restless, I am very troubled. I have conquered the whole world, I have everything, but I am not happy, I have no peace in my mind." The Guruji said to the king, "If there is a person in your city who has attained true peace and comfort, then you too will get peace." The king became very happy. He thought, "This is a very easy task." He immediately came to the palace and started saying in front of everyone in the royal court, "Whoever among you has become calm, whoever has found peace, he should give me his kurta. I will give him whatever money he asks for in return." Everyone started looking at each other. Some were tempted by money, but everyone knew the truth about each other, because there was no real peace and comfort in anyone's life. Everyone bowed their head and stood quietly. The king announced in the entire city, "Whoever has attained peace and comfort, come to me and give me his shirt. Whatever price he asks, I will give it to him." But not a single person was found who had attained peace. The reality is that when someone dies, we say, "That person has become peaceful today." It has never been heard of a living person that he has become peaceful. The king's soldiers kept searching in the entire city. Finally, they saw a Mahatma meditating under a tree, whose face reflected deep peace and satisfaction. The soldiers went to the Mahatma and asked him, "Have you found peace and comfort?" The Mahatma smiled and said, "Yes, I am completely at peace." The soldiers brought him to the king. The king asked, "O Mahatma, have you really found peace and comfort?" The Mahatma said, "Maharaj, I have no worries, no greed for anything. I have no desire. I am completely at peace." The king was very happy and said, "O Mahatma, please give me your kurta." I will give you whatever you want in return." The Mahatma smiled and said, "Maharaj, I have found peace and comfort, but what can I do? I don't even have a kurta to cover my body, which I can give you." When the king heard this, he was stunned. The person who has no clothes to cover his body has found peace, and the one who is the master of everything is still restless. On understanding this, the king's eyes opened. Even after that, this Mahatma is very calm. There is peace in his life. "I spent my whole life in accumulating wealth, in conquering the world, but I did not get peace. I did not get comfort." Because peace and comfort are not external things, they are internal things. That is why, until a person does not control his mind and thoughts, there is no comfort and peace in his life. And this is what the teachings of the Gita teach us, that if you want peace in life, then learn to calm your mind. The fifth teaching of the Gita is, lust, anger, and greed are the cause of destruction. They are the gates of hell. Any man who has these three vices always keeps fulfilling his own happiness and selfishness by hurting others. Excessive desire for anything, having an angry nature, and greed in the mind. These three things destroy the happiness of his life, poison all his relationships. These are called the gates to hell, because the person who has excessive anger, greed, lust, his entire life is filled with poison. He sees hell not after death, but while alive. The sixth teaching of the Gita is this: all gods are one. There is no one big or small. All are different forms and names of the same Supreme God. Sri Krishna has told in the 10th chapter of the Gita, Vibhuti Yoga, that all the gods and goddesses of the world are my manifestations. I am Shiva, I am Indra, I am Kubera, the king of Yakshas. I am Agnidev, I am Brihaspati, the guru of gods. I am the ocean, I am Om among the letters. I am Mahakal of time. I am the destroyer, the creator, and the savior of the whole world. Sri Krishna said to Arjuna, "There is no end to my powers. That is why all gods, all names, all deities are my forms. That is why you should never differentiate between any god or Ishwar. Never consider anyone to be big or small." And the teachings of the Gita teach us this. We should never consider anyone else's deity to be small, or we should never quarrel over who is big and who is small. The seventh teaching of the Gita is this: the desire for happiness ultimately becomes the cause of our sorrows. Sri Krishna told Arjuna that the more a man craves and desires for happiness, the more his senses become addicted to the pleasures and enjoyment. The more a man's mind becomes a slave to the world's pleasures and attractions, and the more he runs after happiness, the more he will have to experience sorrow. Because this is the law of the world. Things that attract the mind a lot in the beginning cause a lot of sorrow later, and the things that seem difficult and hard in the beginning are very useful to us later. Zirenya. The eighth sermon of Gita is this: whatever man leaving behind all the support of the world only to God accepts his support, his every need that God fulfills, protect him in every way, only God does that. Ananya shintayanto ma yejana paryupasate teshan daily accused yogakshemam vahamyaham. Whoever the person he considers me as his only support, I take care of his welfare. Yogakshema vahamyaham. That is, to make someone attain something which is not yet attained, this is yoga. And to protect something which is already attained, this is kshema. So Sri Krishna says, those who depend on me, whatever they need, I definitely give it. And whatever they have, I also protect it in every way. The ninth teaching of the Gita is that we do not own anything in this world. You must have heard many times in the Gita Sar, what have you lost that you are crying? What did you bring that you lost? What did you create that got destroyed? Whatever you took from here. Whatever you gave it here. What is yours today will belong to someone else tomorrow. Because change is the rule of this world, without whom you could not live till yesterday. Today you have no relation with them, not even a conversation. Where have those lifelong relations gone? All those friends who swore to live and die together. Today we don't even know where all those people have gone. This world is changeable. Every relation changes here. Every person changes. Even this body is changing every day, from childhood to youth, from youth to old age, and one day this body too leaves us. Then, for whom to cry, and whom to worry about? We spend our whole life trying to make things, relationships, and life beautiful. But one day everything falls apart. The wealth and relationships for which we fight our whole life. One day we have to leave this world, leaving everything behind. The 10th teaching of the Gita is this: never get too attached to anyone. Sri Krishna gave the entire knowledge of the Gita to Arjuna, only to destroy his attachment. It is this attachment that makes a person cry the most. It is so strong that it turns a lion-like person into a jackal. Arjuna, who had defeated even the gods in the war, when he saw his own relatives on the battlefield, his body started trembling. He said, "O Keshav, I do not have the strength to hold the bow in my hands. My hands are shaking. I will not be able to fight." This attachment is so painful that many people commit suicide due to not being able to bear its pain, because they feel that they will not be able to live without that person. If you get too much attachment to anyone in life, you will have to bear pain throughout your life. The person who does not come out of his attachment loses everything, all his happiness ends. That is why the knowledge of Gita teaches again and again: give up the attachment of your mind, become strong, become intelligent, and see the truth. Because attachment always shows us lies, makes us believe in lies, awakens false hopes in the heart. And this is the biggest reason for our sorrows. We are the ones who get attached. We are the ones who have expectations from people, while the reality is completely different. People are not as we assume them to be. Due to attachment, we do not see the truth. We do not see the real face of people. That is why the Gita teaches, if you want to be happy in life, then do not get too attached to anyone. The 11th teaching of the Gita is, if you have come to this world, then you will definitely get sorrow. But never be afraid of sorrow. Never be afraid of sorrow. Sri Krishna has said in the Gita, Ye samsara dukhlayam asashwatam hai, meaning, this world is a house of sorrows, and it is not eternal either. Just like medicines are available in a pharmacy, treatment is available in a hospital. In the same way, this world is a house of sorrows, where sorrows are found. But where there is sorrow, happiness also comes there. So there is no need to be afraid of sorrow. Because this world is impermanent, nothing is permanent here. Sorrow turns into happiness, and happiness into sorrow. Respect into disrespect, and disrespect into respect. Happiness into pain, and pain again into happiness. Nothing is permanent here. Neither we, neither our relationships, neither our circumstances. Everything is going to change. So if sorrow has come, it will also change. It will also go. So one should not be afraid of it. This teaching of the Gita is thousands of years old, but is still as new and relevant today. The Gita has been read the most in the whole world, and has been understood the least. If a person understands these divine teachings of Gita properly, and implements them in his life, then it is sure that he can achieve whatever he wants in his life. He can come out of every problem of his life in a moment. We should listen to this divine sermon of Gita again and again every day. And whenever you face any worry or problem in life, then listen to this sermon once. And keep this faith in your mind, that this sermon of Gita will definitely show you the way in every problem of yours. So whenever there is a crisis in life, when the mind is disturbed, relationships break, expectations are shattered, and when everything seems meaningless, then remember, Sri Krishna had told Arjuna, keep doing your work. Do not worry about the result. Neither this body is yours, nor this life is permanent. The only truth is the soul, which no one can kill, neither can burn, nor drown. The day this thing reaches the soul, the fear of life will end. Attachment will vanish. And then what remains will be the ultimate peace. This is the essence of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Fulfill your duties, know the truth, relinquish attachment, and understand the immortality of the soul. This is the real knowledge of life. This is the path to salvation. Listen to Gita a little bit every day, understand it, and assimilate it. Because Gita is not a book, it is the voice of Lord Sri Krishna himself, which not only gives the solution to the complexities of life, but also illuminates your path in the journey after death. This divine teaching of Sri Krishna is immortal for every era, eternal and beneficial. Sri Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum.